You had to choose one. Would you shave your head or your beard? Definitely the beard. But feel free. Okay. AMA is starting now. Feel free to ask me anything you want. I'll answer what I'm comfortable. AMAs are now a 20 to 30 minute segment somewhere in the cast twice weekly. It's uploaded to YouTube afterwards, the day afterwards. If you could choose any unrealistic job, what would it be? Death ray specialist, for sure. Honestly, the guy from Quantum Leap, I don't find beards to be comfortable or uncomfortable. They're just beards. Star Wars: The Other Planet is getting some kind of update. The spaceship battle system. I'm used to playing that. I don't really want to play MMOs anymore, to be honest. Did you find it difficult to get back on and stream when you first started casting? If so, did it get easier the further you got in the challenge? Yes and no. When I first started the challenge, I was working a job as well, so it was very hard. I was very tired, and I had a screaming potato, aka a baby. It was definitely rough at the start, and then it got hard, and then it got easy, and then it got hard again. It's kind of like a roller coaster ride. It's the best way I can put it. There are rumors of Counter-Strike Global Offensive becoming free-to-play. Do you think game going free-to-play means the death of the game? Not necessarily. It depends on how it does afterwards. What is your favorite type of game? I'm probably most versed in platformers and shooters. Any tips you can give to aspiring live streamers? Have fun with it. You're playing games you would be anyways, so enjoy the experience. Brixie said it in the chat the other day, and it's very true. No matter what you do, you have to come to the realization that you may not get viewers, but anything is possible. So enjoy the experience of live streaming. It is a learning experience, and it is very fun. Any chance of seeing your lethal frags happen again? I may play a shooter in the future. I can't count it out or say I will, though. What kind of equipment do you think you should invest in to start your streaming? Well, the first is to have a decent CPU. Streaming is also incredibly expensive. The first thing I would invest in is CPU, because that's where the majority of your load is. How do you stop yourself from getting burned out streaming when you do it every day? Well, I don't really have a choice. I made a decision to do the best job I can every day. Some days you guys get 110%, some days you guys get 70%, but it's always my best. Motivation comes from within. Either you do it or you don't. See, being self-employed is being self-motivated. Nobody's going to pat you on the back and tell you you're doing a good job or do your work for you. So you just have to show up and do it. So, cooking. I was a cook for 16 years before. Question, what was the most amazing dish you ever prepared for somebody else? I did several wine tasting dinners where we cooked some really, really good stuff. I think one of the coolest things I made personally was took an entire New York strip and then knifed it out so it was a big flat piece, and then rolled it up with a bunch of pine nuts and herbs and cheese and baked that off. That was one of the best dishes I've tasted that I've made personally. It was really good. My favorite thing to do as a cook, though, was butchery. I loved breaking down cuts of meat. That was my jam, or anything to do with a knife. I actually enjoyed being a prep cook more than I ever did being a line cook. I really enjoy working with a knife. Can we possibly look forward to a possible maybe once in a lifetime stream of you cooking something with us, or teaching us to cook something? May it be simple or whatever. Well, I do one cooking cast every single week on Saturday. There is the Cooking with Frag info. There's about 20 episodes of Cooking with Frag uploaded on YouTube. After this season, I'll be moving to a different format where I learn to cook things I've never cooked before on the stream. So I'll be sharing my learning experience with you guys. The difference between a cook and a chef. A cook is who cooks the food. The chef is who manages the cooks. Chefs usually do things like inventory, payroll, hiring and firing, dish management, so on and so forth. There's not that many chefs that... There's a lot of working chefs that will cook and stuff like that. But it's a lot more management and a lot less cooking when you're a chef. The only thing I miss from cooking is that feeling when you have a really busy service and you nail it. And when you're done with the day and you know you had an almost flawless night. I do miss that feeling, but I don't miss working with hungover people, and I don't miss the heat or the workload. No, Cooking with Frag will not end with the live stream challenge. It's always going to be part of the formatting of the stream. You could change one thing about your cast channel without any limitations, what would it be? I don't think I'd have anything right now. I'm incredibly happy with the community on the channel. Incredibly happy. And I'm happy with the direction the channel is going as well. Did you ever have any real opportunity to move up to being a chef? I never had the desire to, so I never even really tried. I just enjoyed cooking, and I knew I did not enjoy people management, which is the reason I never wanted to be a chef, and one of the reasons I wanted to get out of the kitchen. Excuse me. What ideas do you have for more sub emotes? I don't know, Skyhawk. I might redesign them at some point. Yes, I am still sick, Nest Toad. Now I have something stuck in my throat, which is just great. Alright, I think we got there. Yep, absolutely. Kitchen is a very harsh environment. It's very high stress. People are yelling. People are angry. Lots of stuff moving around. I don't know, Malice Jack. I've turned down a few sponsorships, to be honest. I'm not willing to promote products I don't believe in. So I don't know what that would be. When you first started streaming, did you watch a lot of other channels and network in chat to gain viewers? Oh, son of a biscuit. It's definitely a viable option. I didn't do too much of that myself. Most of my networking had happened before the challenge even began, when I was trying to grow my YouTube channel. So I did a lot of stuff on Twitter and whatnot. Though networking with other broadcasters is very important. I am not a fan of dogs, to be honest, Skyhawk. I like cats a lot, and ferrets. Not so much dogs. Gross, Tempest. I've seen a lot of horrific injuries in kitchens, but that's probably the worst. All the kitchens I worked in, actually, most of the people that worked there took a lot of pride in the food they made, so I never saw anything gross in that aspect. I don't have any interest in sports. Well, I like NBA basketball, but my Seattle Supersonics moved away. And since then, I've had no real interest in sports. I like NBA basketball the best, and then probably NFL football after that, but I don't even have cable anymore, so... Alright, look, the itch in my throat's finally gone. Come on, reload. No, you wanna. Yeah, I'd say ferrets are pretty non-traditional. Maybe a snake or something, but not right now. Definitely not right now. Please. Whoa, that chat explosion. That was interesting. Or you can find the 93 Hornets Bulls series. What a good series. Is it hard juggling this in personal life? Yeah, definitely. I've just very recently, like within the past 2 or 3 months, actually found something that works for me. It came at the cost of cutting pretty much all ties with talking with other people to get a decent balance between professional and personal life. I deal with very few people outside of my cast. Like my daughter, my Ashley, my parents, and that's really it. That's the only people I am in contact with because I had to make that decision to find the balance between professional and personal. It's all a big time management juggle. I'm actually in a very good, my time management right now is good. I'm very happy with it. Yeah, those Bulls, man. Man, Bulls in the 90s were solid. Alright, I think we finally got everything reloaded now. I am extremely nocturnal. My sleep schedule is sleep as much or as little as it takes to stay sane. Some days I need to sleep 10 hours, some days I only sleep 2. I know exactly how much I'm going to stream after the challenge Excessive Toast. I'm going to stream 5 days a week, 7 hours a day. What 5 days there are, I don't know yet, but it's going to be 5 days a week, 7 hours a day. I think the best time management skills is cutting out all the stuff that you don't need in your life, which is very hard to let go of some stuff. Depends on the day, Kino, but I will say this. I get a good amount of time with my daughter, and I get more time with my daughter working from home, even working 7 days a week, than I ever did working in kitchens. I have an immense amount more time now because I have no other distractions in my life. I work, and I hang out with my family. That's my only 2 responsibilities, so it's very rewarding. Even at the 7-day-a-week schedule, I get way more time with her than I would otherwise, because I make my own schedule. Are you looking forward to a drink after the challenge? Not really. I'm sure I will have a drink, but I'm not, like, itching to go get drunk. On the topic of time management and staying on task, how do you recommend staying on task? To-do lists are your friend. To-do lists are number 1. I have a to-do list for every single cast that I do. I have a to-do list for each day of the week. I have a to-do list before I start my cast. I have a to-do list of things to do after my cast. If you make yourself a list, you cannot get off task because you know exactly what you're working on. I've been staying with my parents I've been staying with them for the duration of the challenge, and I will probably stay with them for a year afterwards. You have to have 2 years of certified income to get any sort of loan for anything. This will be the first year I have got certified income. So I have to do an entire another year of this, basically, to do much of anything. My to-do lists do not include the creation of to-do lists because I have a very set list of things I need to do, so I made them once, and now they're done. To-do lists are your friend. Just make to-do lists, make to-do lists, to-do lists. Just do it. Yes, she lives with me full-time, Takino. I don't know how Chicken's doing. He hasn't lived here in 2.5 weeks now. I haven't talked to him very much. Takino, he stayed with us for 1 year with no cost of living at all, and I'm perfectly fine with that, but his time was up and he moved out. That was his goal, to stay for 1 year, and he did so completely cost-free. And he moved. Your wife's a smart lady, Pig Monster. I am completely open for Meals Child Cooking Adventure Series, though I'll probably do my own thing. I'm totally open for suggestion. What do you think about mixing family and streaming, like having family on stream? Honestly, I get extremely uncomfortable talking about my family on stream. I like to keep my personal and professional life completely separate. For example, my daughter doesn't even know what a live stream is. So, well, she does, but she doesn't understand the gravity of it. So I don't want to throw her into a world that she doesn't understand and maybe doesn't want to be a part of. Keep work at work, keep home at home. When she's old enough to make that decision for herself, sure, excessive. Have you ever started cooking with no particular goal in mind, end up creating something amazing new? Yeah, I do that with leftovers all the time. Like, sometimes you just open the fridge and be like, man, I gotta use some of this stuff. Let's do it. Sometimes it works out great, sometimes it works out okay, sometimes it tastes like crap. After this AMA, we are going to do the final run to unlock the Polaroid Nizik. There's actually cookbooks made just for ramen, Nintendo. How do you keep yourself so level-headed doing stream for so many days straight and through all the issues, questions? Once again, I don't really have a choice. The better face I can put on, the more level-headed I am, the more entertaining I am, and I know that. Yeah, you're gonna have good days and bad days, but being even keel is very important to me, personally. I try to be as patient as I possibly can, and as nice as I possibly can. Not just put on a good show, because I think it's good qualities to have. That's not something that works for everybody, but for myself personally, I feel very out of balance when I get angry or feel distraught. I use OBS exclusively, anomaly. I do enjoy it, Angel Zero. If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. What are your views on emulated games? The legality of emulating games is you're supposed to make your own copy of the ROM from your own physical copy of the game onto your computer. I have no way to do that personally, so I don't play emulated games for that reason. It's a legal gray area, but I like to follow the letter of the law. Not to be a Debbie Downer, what are your suggestions on how to depression? The exact same thing I said of staying on task. Make to-do lists and keep yourself busy. If there's something in your life that's bothering you, Work towards making a change, but keeping yourself busy and having something to do gives you a sense of accomplishment. It feels good to check something off your list. It feels good to finish your list. That's actually been one of the things that got me out of depression, was giving myself stuff to do. All right, that's going to conclude the AMA. Thank you, everybody, for your participation and awesome questions. We'll do another one later this week. Once again, 2 AMAs a week. They upload to YouTube the day after. Thank you all for your input.